Did you not know?
Oh, I lost track of time. That's going around these
what's
days.
Happening here.
I lost track of time. I thought it was. I thought we were starting at 7:31, not 7:30.
4 down.
Can't blame me though.
4th down.
Can't blame me.
Gotcha.
It's time now.
I see what's happening now. I see.
Can't blame me.
Your buddy Kevin Wiles is none too amused, Nick Wright.
It's the sinner's fault. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry about
Let us
that.
tell
Hey, good morning,
America why Nick was a little late for the start of the show this morning. We'll head to last night's game, little Thursday night football. Bucks Bears under a minute left to go. Bucks need a field goal to win. 4th and 6. Brady misses his receiver. That's basically it. But wait, it's 4th down, right? Guys, everyone got it wrong but me, right, guys? 4th. Wait, is it possible Tom Brady lost track of downs last night? Because it certainly appears that way. That is how this one ended. Brady none too happy about it. Bears hang on for the 20-19 win. So what happened? Here's Tom Brady on that final play.
Yeah, I knew we needed a chunk, and I was thinking about more yardage. And then, you know, it was bad execution. And we had a great opportunity there, so just didn't execute when we needed to.
I didn't have our team ready to play, so it's obvious.
Bruce, at the end of the game there, that last drive, it looked like Tom might have been confused with what down it was. Did he not know it was 4th down?
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
I'm not sure what's worse, knowing and making that mistake or not knowing and making that mistake. Either way, there's a lot of cleaning up to be done in Tampa this week. But, Brandon, let me start with you. Whatever you want to call a mental error, whatever it was, is that what did Tom Brady's little error there cost the Bucks that win last night?
Nick, you sure you want me to start? Do you want to start?
No, you go right ahead. I'm gonna. We'll ramp up. You go right ahead.
Marinate in the good feelings first.
Jenna, I wanted to come in here and defend Tom. I don't think I can. I don't think it was the defining moment of the game. You know, there's so many plays throughout a game: offense, defense, special teams. I thought Khalil Mack definitely stepped up last night. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits. But Tom Brady, come on. When you think about situational football, the last 20 years, there's been nobody better outside of him and Russell Wilson. So for you to get in a game and you make this mistake, this is a big deal. You had the running back coming out with the option route that you could have easily hit for 3 yards, and he could have ran for another 5 or 6 yards. This is a big deal. I don't understand how this happens when you have a guy that's done it at a high level for a very long time, and this is why he's great.
Senior moment?
You know, a lot of people think about the physical, but for Tom, it's mental. We talked about this yesterday, Nick. So I was ready to come in here today. I was watching the game last night. I was like, at halftime, I was like, oh, great. Because Nick doesn't think that they're going to have a great run these next 3 games. This will be the first one. They'll win this game, and then Nick's going to have to shave his hair, do something cool, and leave Tom Brady alone. But Tom blew it. Tom blew it.
Tom blew it. And listen, this is bigger than anything about the Bucs record, the Bears getting to 4-1, any of that. Because my entire life, there has been a go-to phrase when it comes to an athlete who probably hung on a little too long, changed teams, and your final memory of him is not what you wish it was. And that phrase has always been Willie Mays stumbling around in the outfield for the '73 Mets. Well, for the next generation, the phrase is going to be Tom Brady forgetting what down it was. Oh, it's not? Oh, Wilds. Oh,
no,
okay.
No, that's your.
All right, Wilds.
Because there's still a lot of football left.
Serious. I can't tell.
No, I'm totally serious. Listen, hey, those 73 Mets, those 73 Mets, by the way, that happened in the World Series on a very foggy day when everyone was falling down. Nobody remembers or cares about that. It was Willie Mays wearing a jersey that seemed unfamiliar. It also doesn't matter that Willie Mays is, in my opinion, the greatest baseball player ever. Part of his sports epitaph is that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And this season is not going to go well for the Bucs. This season already is not going well for Brady with 2 pick sixes in 5 games. Congrats to him, by the way. He avoided one last night. And forgetting what down it is, which is something you can count on less than 4 fingers, how many times you can remember a quarterback doing that, particularly when there wasn't a spike play involved, which sometimes can make you lose track of downs, is a mortifying moment for any quarterback in the league, Wilds, much less a guy who is out there allegedly because he is the smartest, most aware, most connected guy on the field at all times. So absolutely Tom Brady, forgetting what down it is, will become this generation's Willie Mays stumbling around in the backfield.
I like the creativity of the take, but it won't for a few reasons. One, it's because there's sort of a bookend to Willie Mays, right? You have the over-the-shoulder catch and you have stumbling around in center field, so it just feels like an arc. And you could argue that, sure, like Tom Brady is like the ultimate comeback king, and now he lost track of downs. But Brandon, I'm not entirely blaming this on Tom Brady. There's 2 variables here. One is Tom Brady is in a new uniform. The other one is there's no fans. There's no sort of like situational awareness. And I feel like if Chicago fans were on their feet going crazy, any sort of like little mental lapse, Tom Brady would be like, man, these fans sure are going crazy. What down is it? And I actually am blaming the lack of fans for being the extra variable that screwed Tom Brady up. Do you buy it? Oh, and before you answer that, I have one other question for you. Does this actually happen more often than we realize? Does this actually, like, is it like baseball where it's like, hey, 2 outs, everybody, they're constantly being reminded, and there's even fewer chances, only 3 outs. Does it actually happen more often, and it's just Tom Brady was very, like, obvious about it?
Yeah, it happens all the time, but it happens to rookies. It happens to guys that are in their first year. It happens to guys that only last 2 or 3 years in the NFL. It doesn't happen to Tom Brady. It doesn't happen to Drew Brees. It doesn't happen to Russell Wilson. It doesn't even happen to a young Patrick Mahomes. You know, that's why this is a big deal, but it's only a big deal for this moment because, yeah, there's only 16 games in the season, but the season is long. This team is still a contender. This team can still go out there and win. You're going against – this is Tom Brady with no he didn't have a healthy Mike Evans. Chris Godwin wasn't there. O.J. Howard wasn't there. And they're also playing against a really good defense. No, but you got to do, but you got to keep all that in consideration when we're talking about Tom Brady going into Chicago and losing by 1 point. Okay, and what he had.
Brandon, weapons or not, on the very first drive of the game, he airmailed an easy touchdown pass. But that train's never late. Headline from Jen Lane's article on ESPN.com.
No. His hand was hit. His hand was hit when he airmailed that pass. So let's make sure we're actually painting the picture the right way. Tom Brady just last week threw for 5 touchdowns, and that was the topic yesterday going into the game. It's a lot of football left. Was it bad? Yes. Will people talk about it potentially a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe 10 years from now? Yeah, but this is the GOAT, 6 championships. And he can potentially be a contender this year at the end of the